The Olive Jam is concluded and we've got some games to talk about. All the games were made under the theme of flipping the perspective. I played all 13 games on stream that you could check out on the VOD if you'd like to. Otherwise, let's get into this. Here's the top 5 highest rated games for the Olive Jam. Epic Courier by Medivh99 is an interesting little game where you're a little guy who's gotta collect inputs before the time runs out. You have various things to avoid, such as walls of glitches and little bugs which try to attack you. The game has a fair amount of levels, though the difficulty is quite inconsistent, with some levels being extremely tight and others being quite easy. The actual collection of inputs is quite annoying, as you have to press a button to collect them, which doesn't always register when you're moving fast. Having a so you can simply run around them would be a lot more applicable. Apart from that, it's a fairly good little game and definitely deserving of 5th place. Bad Flip by Leo the Dev is a Geometry Dash clone that rotates the entire level whenever you die. My main gripe with this game is that the controls are way too loose to be accurate, making it very hard in general. And because the music resets every time you die, that does turn into a headache very fast. Apart from the actual flipping, the flipping mechanic doesn't really do anything. And there isn't really reason you'd want to be flipped. Apart from those two issues, the game is quite nice, especially in the visual department. It's really cute. I like it. Definitely a solid title for 4th place. In 3rd place, we have the bananas game called A Reflective Flame of Mine by Echo Soro and their team. This game is one of 2 takes on the reflection platformer, this taking a somewhat more puzzle platformer approach. Most of the game is quite solid mechanically, though the puzzle aspect is quite lacking. Most puzzle levels are so linear that they feel less like puzzles and more like different steps to the level. And that's not necessarily bad, it is just a bit disappointing. When you have a really good base for some good puzzles, I would definitely consider trying to flesh this one out a bit more and give it some more polish, and really work on making some interesting puzzles. Good game and definitely deserving a 3rd place. In 2nd place, we have the other take on the reflection platformer, aptly named Reflection by Volcup. The game is a really great experience. The levels were well designed and the player feels really nice to control. The art is really nice while still being simplistic. While playing this, I had a smile just stuck on my face. While it may not be the most mind-blowing experience, it is a fun one that will definitely leave you feeling pleased. A definite deserver of 2nd place. Well done. Last but most certainly not least is the game that got 1st place. That being Give Us This Day Our Daily Bread by, oh no, Harrison Gardner, Helen Din, Brittany Gallegos, Mark Stevenson, Carl Gersh, and Tisha Bennett. Sorry if I said anything wrong, but to suffice it to say that maybe I should have put a team limit. Gut Dob, as I will call it, is an excellent little game, especially in the graphics and audio department. The visual and audible style of this are just simply lovely. In Gut Dob, you're a goose named Bill, who has to make various types of bread for you to throw at people. While the gameplay is rather basic and there really isn't much in the challenge, it's just fun to fool around, putting different ingredients together. Like, to make white bread, you add bleach to your bread, which for legal reasons I must advise you to not do that. But nonetheless, this game is just oozing with quality and charm. Absolutely lovely game that is well-deserved winner of 1st. Lastly, before closing this off, I'd like to tell you what my favorite game of the jam is. Now you may be wondering what incredible award you'll get from this. Well, nothing. Nothing but my love and adoration, that is. There's a bunch of good options, but overall my favorite is Reflection by Volcup. Something about this game is just really enjoyable for me. I always love a good platform, and this one's just really solid and enjoyable. I just really love the mechanics and the simple but effective visuals. The game was just really good for me. But yeah, those are the highest rated games from the jam. I just want to congratulate all who submitted the game or even tried to. Game jams are really hard. So even attempting something and trying is really something to be proud of. And for those of you who did finish, you should be proud that you're able to make something playable in such a short period of time. 10 days sounds long, but it really isn't when you're actually doing all that, so congrats to you. This jam's been extremely inspiring for me, and I hope it did the same for you. Thanks for everything you've given me. These past 3 years, from highs to lows, they've been really inspiring, seeing all different people learning to make stuff. I've been really wanting to make a game again, so I can hardly wait for what comes next for myself, this channel, and you, the audience. It's absurd that over 300 people have decided that I was worth their time enough to subscribe. That may not be much in YouTube terms, but realistically, that's a lot of people. Anyways, I gotta go. But good job, and thanks for everything. Somebody from Kansas is calling me.